I do want to welcome everyone on behalf of the Canadian delegation to our capital for this 56th General Assembly of the Atlantic Treaty Association.
But it's not just about NATO as an institution.
The Atlantic Treaty Association and the Youth Atlantic Treaty Association provide means of giving NATO as an entity and as an organization and as a part of our countries' lives more purchase and traction in our society. That provides a forum for people interested in NATO, some diplomats, some academics, youth, some politicians, to get together, to dialogue, to discuss NATO issues, to share ideas, to find ways to develop that sort of dialogue that's so important to working relationships among allies.
And it is wonderful to see the young people actively engaged in this association. This is the future of the association, this is the future of our population, this is the future of our security, and I wish them well in their important work.
I thought just as an icebreaker, maybe we can just start off seeing who's here. Our philosophy is that young people are the future decision makers, to really get young people involved and also to try and feed in to what our governments do decide. And we're all young people here dressed in suits and it seems very formal, but I mean part of this is also that it's a social element to it.
Good stuff.
You really have to engage your allies, you really have to engage countries that share your values to promote a multilateral approach. Whether that's going to be climate change, whether that's emerging terrorist threats, whether that is trying to reconstruct and build a secure state in Afghanistan, I don't think you do that alone.
How long are you with Yatva?
The major issues that we're looking at in Yatva at the moment are the NATO-Russia relations, especially from the civil society side. So we really try to improve the relationship and also strengthen the relationship with young people from both Russia and also from Western Europe and have a dialogue there. And what we see is that we're much closer than what our politicians seem to show.
NATO has a very important role supporting the Afghan authorities, supporting the Afghan people, helping, along with other countries, to train the police forces and the militaries and so forth, to provide security for themselves.
I think there is something to be said about the idea that the mission in Afghanistan might make or break the alliance. I think if you look right now at the amount of political will in Europe and the amount of political will in the United States, it's really quite disheartening. It's a mission that, if it fails, will probably result in emerging threats again, and I wouldn't be surprised if we were to be engaged there in the decades to come.
To involve many young people in creating a more safe world today, because you can see that there are many threats, security threats like terrorism, like rogue states. And the other very important issue that the young people need to be aware of, and they need to know that this is something really they can change and they can help to change. So that's why I think many young people are involved in ATA and in the IATA, because they believe that they can change something.